Well, hello, welcome back. It's October 14th, and welcome back to a new episode of They Said. How you guys been doing this week?
Great.
Y'all missed me last weekend?
No.
Just kidding.
Saw you got your tan back this week.
Oh, yeah. It was pretty hot. We had that tournament throughout the whole weekend, and we played 4 games, got 4 games out of there, and we lost every single one of them. Every single one.
So you took time off for nothing.
Well, I got to spend time with the babe. We hadn't really had any time off in a while, so that was kind of fun to do.
Very good.
And got that out of the way. I had a lot of fun. We were invited to play with the Hitmen, so I wasn't masturbating this weekend. I was going off as Hitman. The babe played second base, and I pitched for them and played catch for a game or two. But it was pretty fun.
So you pitch and catch?
Yeah, we're not talking about home life, are we?
Fantastic.
That's what he said. He masturbates, pitches, and catches. This is what we know about Lee.
What a big pillow.
I've got a wide reach, so I can play almost anything in infield. My favorite position is pitching, and maybe second base. Do you play?
Pitching's hard to do in softball. Yeah, I usually play second or third. But I cannot get the underhand toss
really?
In softball, like to get it to land and everything like that. Like I've got shoulder problems from like playing football and stuff, so it just doesn't. I can't do it.
Yeah. Well, not to mention I had 2 line drives on Saturday, and it was just like, come to Jesus if I believe Jesus.
Oh my God!
Kind of moment, because I mean that ball hit that bat and came right at my face, and it was just like wham, caught it, and I was like literally turned around, was like trying to get back to normal.
Even like batting and like slow pitch softball, when you hit one straight at the pitcher, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
You don't even run to first.
And see, I try to do that because I want to win the game.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I feel bad when it actually, hits their face or something.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen. Do you play it at all?
Amen, no. Courtney.
You should. The league that we have all these different divisions. What division did you play?
When we played, we actually played up at Poway. And we were it was our first year doing it, and we were a co-ed team, and all of our girls had never played softball before. So we ended up being in the bottom division, but we won it because our guys were all good, and one of our the guy who pitched for us was actually played college baseball at Cal Poly all 4 years.
Right.
So home runs every game, and everything like that. But we ended up winning the championship with our girls for that. They didn't want to show up half the time too. That was a struggle playing co-ed. Yeah,
that can be a struggle too. You don't play anything at all?
No.
Wow. What about you?
I play with myself.
Well, that'd be cool if Lips had a softball team in the league, because that would be kind of fun.
I sponsor the basketball team, but I don't play it.
No?
That's a waste of time. What do you win, a trophy?
No.
I need to be paid for my stuff.
Yeah, but you get, I mean, I could see that point too. But it's kind of fun to be out there doing something sometimes, and it's better than
walking your dog?
Well, participating in, watching these people that just do nothing but drink and have fun all weekend like that, and this is a different kind of fun. Something that doesn't have alcohol.
Understandable.
I'm drinking and having fun. I'm not gonna put anything against that, though.
Yeah. I mean, I won't lie. There's been a couple of times where I've had a beer or two while I was playing. Not in the last few seasons, not at all. But when I first came to San Diego and I started playing, there were a couple of times when I shouldn't have been out there, and I got hit in the head a couple of times because of that.
Slosh ball.
Yeah, slosh ball. So I saw this whole weekend too, watching Facebook, because I had to work most of it. I saw some.
That reminds me, you had more time to type to us during the show last week than you were you working?
Well, okay, you know where I work. Dan Diego's.
Were you working?
I was working at a restaurant, and Monday nights are notoriously slow. And I was just, making sure y'all were okay. Y'all looked like y'all followed most of what y'all wanted with those. I was curious with the who would you rather decisions that y'all made. I didn't, really had a hard time coming up with the names for that, because
they're pretty unanimous. I feel like.
Yeah,
for the most part.
They were. Though I would have had to disagree with the Kurt and. Who did I put?
Kurt and Blaine. You would do Kurt and Blaine?
Yeah, I couldn't do either one. It'd be like.
You said you have to make a choice.
Yeah, no, that's not the point of the game.
You said that you had to make a choice. That's what it said on the paper. You have to make a choice.
Yeah, you set that up, and you're no.
And then you were then he cuts it. Oh no, I wouldn't do it either.
Okay, the first season that Blaine showed up. That
Yeah.
Blaine.
That Blaine.
I would say
Season
Blaine
2
every-
Blaine.
Yeah, season 2 Blaine.
Except for last season Blaine.
Because the
Last
last
season Blaine was all whiny.
current Blaine is very
The
whiny
writers
and
fucked him up.
yeah.
Blaine.
And it all started because he went to a gay bar in season 3, I think, and got all dragged down. Ever since then, they've been on the downhill row, and so that just obviously brings us into the Glee thing because, as I was saying, watching Facebook, I saw you guys just really being passionate about what you had seen on Glee, and was really looking forward to this. What did
Who was passionate?
first thoughts? Well, I saw Courtney and Dustin. Looked like they were shedding tears on
That was,
Messenger.
it was rough.
It was.
It was definitely rough. Like, I mean, it's weird, like, watching Glee and, like, tearing up and stuff, because you're like, this is Glee. Like, this show is so dumb most of the time. But it's like, it's not really that. It's the fact that, like, someone so young lost their life and, like, it's a real thing. And you see, I mean, first off, I want to get this out there. Half the people on that show are terrible fake criers. Like,
Oh my God, you're right.
I can
You are
say
right.
that for the most part, I can say every single one of them probably cried when they first found out, and maybe at the funeral and things like that. But it was definitely acting, crying for them on set. The one that you can tell where everyone's like, it's real, is when Leah Michelle's singing. Because you can tell, like, obviously it's a recording, like, that they play for the song. You can tell she's just, like, actually crying
That
and
was
singing.
not Rachel. That was Leah.
And you see, like, the people up there, like Mercedes and Tina, who are like, they can't hold it together either. Like, that's not their characters. Like, that's the actual people who lost a dear friend of theirs.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what, like, gets you. And I was watching with my roommate, and the scene with the mom.
Yeah.
In the bedroom was really
was
hard.
incredible, and it made she actually lost her brother to a car accident years back, and so it really hit hard to her because it was like what most likely went through her dad's head during that time period, and it was just like sitting there, both of us just like just every commercial break, just like oh God.
You cried?
Right now?
No, did you cry during Glee?
Oh yeah.
Did you cry
I
during
think
Glee?
the end, pretty much.
I didn't cry at all. I was fast forwarding because I was bored.
I was crying and I was nauseous almost every 15 minutes, rotating, because the crying parts were the parts that you're mentioning.
Yeah.
But then there was the parts with Puckerman when he was just breaking down like, oh my God, that is the worst acting I've ever seen on TV
But
in
then
my
you also
life.
have to think, like, did they really want to reshoot it? Like, did they really want to keep going and, like,
Yeah.
drilling until they
Right.
got it right?
Well, here's the other thing I had a problem with. 5 fucking weeks. Oh my God, 5 weeks these people were crying and moaning and having a memorial set up in a hallway of a school. And what's this thing with having kids who are no longer in the school coming back in and assaulting
Teachers.
assaulting the principal? Like, what kind of school is this? They just walk around and come back in and
Lima, Ohio.
It's Glee.
It's a small town.
That's
It's television.
any problem you have with Glee, anything you're mad at Glee, anytime there's no continuity, the answer is always, it's Glee.
Glee.
Because it doesn't have to make sense. It never does.
or it's the cheerleader with the neck brace.
She's had a
She's
neck
my
brace
husband's
on.
favorite.
What the hell is that?
That's the only thing that's been continuous through the entire show.
Right.
Is that chick's had a neck brace.
All right, yeah, she's had it for
I mean, the
what,
biggest thing,
5 seasons now.
continuity-wise, is from the first season, they're all the same grade.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Rachel says that she's a freshman in the first season.
Right.
And then she graduates before other people who are also in that season.
Well, you know, maybe she was smart and skipped a couple of years.
Well,
I feel like it wasn't
Santana
really
failed.
completely thought out. Santana did not fail. Brittany.
Brittany failed.
Brittany failed. But, like, Tina and Artie were in the original Glee Club, and it was supposed to be like they were all freshmen together. And then it's like, oh, half of them graduated.
It was insinuated, but it was never said. Like, Kurt never said, I'm a freshman, and Rachel
No.
never said, I'm a freshman. You just assumed that because they were
She
new.
says, I haven't gone back to watch it, but I believe she says, when you see her first monologue, when she's talking about, like, in, like, the first episode about her gay dads and everything like that.
Yeah.
She's like, now I'm the freshman captain of the Glee Club. Like,
I think she says that. Because I would have caught that.
I think she
good.
does.
Would you have?
We can bring it next week and watch it.
We can. Sounds good.
Let's have a bet. Let's do a bet.
Well, I really didn't like it because the only part that talked about anything that happened to, what's his
Oh.
name?
Cory Monteith, Finn.
Finn.
Was that little part in the commercial. And then at the very end when I think Sue said, we didn't know.
Yeah.
And I think something should have been mentioned throughout the whole entire show during commercials if they weren't going to mention it on the show. It just didn't make any sense not to let people know drugs are out there, drugs are killing our students, and kids get to see that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when they put that one part up with all the words on it, it was so damn small. If you didn't DVR it, you couldn't pause it to stop it.
All right.
Then I had to zoom in just to read a little bit of it.
I'm pretty sure though that everybody and their mother knows what happened to Cory Monteith.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that all the parents have already had this conversation with their kids and stuff. And like, I don't feel like they had to do like a thing every single commercial because that would have just
Well,
been.
no, I didn't say everyone. It should have been mentioned.
I think they
more.
should have had like what they had at the ending. If they would have had something similar with maybe a couple of the different actors during the middle of the
Right,
show
yeah.
or at the beginning, at least a couple of times, would have been good. That was the only thing I thought on that. And the other one that that I thought about was it would have been kind of cool if they did flashbacks. If there actually was more Finn or more Cory that you actually saw.
And they purposely said they didn't do that.
Because there's great moments of that character with every single person throughout the show.
Right.
Like they could have had, like that should have been 2 weeks, not the Beatles. And I love the Beatles, but like they should have had a 2-week goodbye to Finn and have it be like each person like getting, because I mean they tried to rush it, each person like dealing with it their own way, but it doesn't show everyone deal with it. And they could have done it because he had such great moments with every person, even like the ones he fought with, where he was there for them and they were there for each other, and it would have been I thought it would have been really done well. I was also confused why Diana Agron wasn't there.
Who? What?
It was scheduling conflicts.
Oh, really?
People thought that Ryan Murphy didn't invite her, but she was filming something else at the time.
Oh.
Who?
Quinn?
Quinn.
Oh. See, it wasn't planned out.
She only had, what, 4 months to work schedule differences out? Okay.
She's been in movies and stuff.
The other
since,
thing is when Mr. Shoot stole the damn jacket.
Oh, Mr. Shoe stole the jacket?
Chris Colfer's a writer. And he has his own
To
movie
me,
out.
that was a school teacher stealing a jacket. That was way
This is
over
a school where
the
people break
top.
down and dance, though, every 5 minutes, too. So, I...
Understood.
See, I would have liked to go to a school. Every time I see that happen, I'm like, this didn't happen in high school. And I'm not like, this is unrealistic. I'm like, I wish it did.
Well,
Like, that would have been fun if like stuff like that happened at all, ever. But it wasn't even like that. Never like the choir and like and the theater and like the band. Everyone stayed like in their own groups in high school, and they never like came out and like, hey, let's do this in the quad today.
Mr. Schuster was just sad.
Understood, but he stole a jacket.
I mean,
It's an adult.
wasn't he the one that was looking at Finn taking a shower while he was singing?
In the first season, yeah,
He was touched.
I totally forgot about that.
His nickname with the fans is like Pedo Bear. Like they totally think he's really creepy.
Oh,
Hey, he could have hooked up with Rachel.
ooh.
Okay,
season.
now you're going to another level.
No, that was like she tried to hook
She had
up
a
with
crush
him.
on
She had a
him.
crush on him, and he shot it down for his terrible ex-wife.
Oh my gosh,
Or he
was
shut it down
terrible.
because she's a student and he shouldn't do that.
Teachers instead.
But
What
Lea
do you-
Michele is definitely hotter than the actress who played his ex-wife.
So what do you think about the Rachel character, though? This is the thing that I've been kind of like weirded out a little bit. Like what got me last season upset with it was I thought they should have just spun her off and Kurt off into a whole different show altogether, and just because that actually was a little bit more interesting than it had been for the season before. That part with her in New York and Kurt in New York, that was actually kind of interesting. I think I would, but then they kept mixing back in with the school. That was kind of was confusing to me. I think they should think about just having their own show with them, doing like a That Girl thing in New
They
York.
tried, or like they were talking
thought
about
about
it,
it.
and I
Really?
think they went to like focus groups and found out that it wouldn't have succeeded
I
on
don't
its
think it
own.
would've worked.
If it did, nobody would watch the other show. Who cares about the newbies?
Yeah, they would have, because everyone else left the show. It would have been like, hey, watch Tina Coney Chang
Fuck
or
that.
people in New York.
And what about this Cheerio that just suddenly shows up and
New
is now-
Santana?
The new Santana.
The black one?
Yeah,
Stupid.
I have to admit though I kind of liked her. I like her better
She
than the other
reminded
one.
me of myself.
The
Kitty?
Quinn redo that they're doing.
Quinn too.
Yeah, Quinn too. Yeah, I don't really like her, but I like the Santana wannabe. It's pretty cool.
It'll be interesting
Well,
to see.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens next. So we'll be working on Glee again as the next episode comes up. Actually, I have to also talk to you about the Beatles one, but we'll have to save that for another show because I actually had some
We
disagreements
have a
with you
month
on that.
hiatus, so we've got time.
Yeah, we got a while.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. I was, perusing through some articles, and I found one that was talking about a recent study out of Florida that was talking about partners or spouses that fight or have arguments and fights. And it turns out that the studies indicating that couples that fight have not violent arguments, but intense, heated, emotional debates or whatever, tend to do better in the long run than those who are, participating in this current positive psychology trend that everyone's, kind of in right now.
I feel like that's not a new thing though, because I've known that for a long time.
Mm-hmm. About
like
fighting,
a new study.
arguing?
I feel like it's not a new study, but yeah,
Do you fight with your husband a lot?
No, not a lot.
How often do you think you fight?
Maybe like 2 or 3 times a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Shit, I need some lessons, girl, because I'm arguing at least once a day.
No.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
No.
It's about the same thing, though.
It's the same thing with us too.
It's the
It was
same
just,
exact
we
thing
just
we
had it 2
argue
days ago.
about.
It was just the same. We were just like, oh, again, fuck.
We just
What
had
was it
ours.
about?
Oh.
Is it personal or?
No. Like our weekends, like in the mornings, he usually wakes up before I do.
Yeah.
So then I wake up and like he's already eaten and he's already like started the day, and then like I'm just like, and I don't know. I feel like it's more of like a roommate-y situation rather than we're a couple and we're
Right.
doing things together
Right.
because he's already eaten and stuff, and so it's like that.
Well, I would look at that as consideration, letting me sleep in, but I work nights.
Oh no, like, and
I
then I have to
understand,
think
right.
about it that way too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice, and I don't want you to have to starve. But then now our schedules are off, and you're doing your thing, and I'm doing my thing, and we're not like.
Right.
My house is like a roommate situation.
Well, I can build my life in a timeline when I have fights with Trent, because we may have maybe 2 or 3 a year. And
Oh, yeah,
I mean big
Yeah,
ones.
fake.
I mean,
yeah, see, ours aren't huge.
I mean, ours are huge when they happen.
Oh, really? He
And
was
it's like, for instance, this is what happened a couple weekends ago.
Is he gonna get pissed?
No, I told him I was going to talk about it. So, I mean, we were on our way. We woke up early in the morning because we had games at Poway Sportsplex. So we had to be there at 9 o'clock. So that meant I had to be up at 7 o'clock. And I usually work till 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday nights. So I get up an hour and a half at least before so I can have my coffee, have my moment, stretching, doing all this stuff. And because I'm going to go pitch. And we get into the car and we're driving. One thing about Trent is he can be very impatient with people on the road. So we're pulling out and we're going down Washington, and a car that's like half a mile away is already turning out into on our lane. And so I can hear him like, "Argh." I'm like, babe, he's like half a mile away. You know he's already out there. Don't worry about it. Blah blah blah. I don't say that, of course. I keep quiet, and we go down. And as we're getting onto the 163. I'm playing on my games while he's driving, and suddenly I just feel the car lurching, and I hear him like honking, and I look up, and there's a motorcyclist that's almost in our lane, and Trent just goes completely berserk. Like I know he's not literally gonna run the guy over, but I'm like, oh my God, calm the hell down. What the fuck is going on? And he's just like, you're not the one driving, I'm the one driving, and we, it just kept going back and forth, and to the point that when we have really bad arguments, it becomes like humongous screaming match. Like, who can scream louder than the next? And you always have this feeling like, oh my God, I'm just gonna cross that line one time and I'm gonna get a backhand or something. So we're driving and he's like, shut your mouth, just shut your mouth. And I'm like, okay, you're going 80 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone, which was probably the straw that broke the camel's back. And it's funny, 30 minutes later, we're making up. We're out there in the softball fields, we're kissing, we're doing all this stuff, and it was over with. I had to apologize, of course, because I had kind of taunted him, and I probably shouldn't have. But that was one of our most recent one, and we just fight like that. You?
I have a fight every day.
Well, how did they go? What are they about?
Him playing pirates
Pirates.
on that damn computer. We have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and 2 humans that live in the house. And that asshole's always playing a goddamn game. We got shit to do.
Well, how long do the fights last?
It lasts until I shut up.
Are they fights, or are they just
Howard,
stressful confrontations for a few minutes? Because I mean that happens more often with me and Trent too. But
I don't care. When I say get off the damn computer, get off the damn computer.
So the fight continues till he's off the computer?
No, he stays on the computer. I just keep talking shit the rest of the damn day. So the fight can last all damn day until I go to work or until I go to the bedroom and go to bed. Like, I come home, I don't want my boyfriend sitting on the damn computer playing a game instead of sitting down asking how my day was.
mm-hmm.
Look at him.
For those who cannot see, the husband is looking away.
When I got up this morning,
Uh-huh.
12 o'clock, what do you want for breakfast? I said, I want the rest of the soup I had last night. An hour later, I get some damn soup. And I said, I gave up on the damn soup. This is why I'm so small, mother.
Wow.
Because the man won't feed me. After that, I get up. I come into the living room. He's still sitting at that damn computer playing that damn game. We have plants that need to be watered. We have cobwebs all over the ceilings. Get your ass up and do something. My car needs washing.
Right.
My car needs a vacuuming. I'm a lady. I'm not doing that shit. That's man shit.
Exactly.
Walk that damn dog even though it's this big.
Give him a list.
He has to live. After 7 years, he should know. Why would you want me to come home? You must love it. So I know he loves it. Do you love it? Me yelling at you every day.
It's just habit now. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
what
just
it
noise.
is.
Well, what about you, Dustin? I mean,
He ain't got no body.
Yeah,
He
if I
can't
was
move.
in
well, I
all
mean,
the
in your
time.
dating situations, did you ever get into was the fight what ended it, or was there one relationship you had constant fights and arguments over things?
I wouldn't say a fight was ever what ended a relationship. I don't think I ever ended one on a fight, but it probably led to it. But I mean, those were girls like either right out of high school or a couple years later. Like I wasn't in love or anything like that, and it was just like what was bound to happen,
Right.
Because we just weren't the right fit for each other. So those, I mean, that type of fighting is different because it's not like you're fighting to make things better. You're like fighting because you don't like each other that much, which is kind of like,
Yeah.
Well, I think the fighting is healthy.
it is like fighting, like to actually get stuff out. And that's the other thing with me is I'm pretty passive most of the time.
Right.
So I just let things go because I'd rather just not deal with the fight, and that's how like problems boiled up, and I never dealt with them.
But you
and
point
then-
out a good thing though. You're noting the difference between a fight over something that's just a random fight that's just going to work itself out, vice a fight because you just can't stand that person.
Yeah.
anymore. You can sense the difference because that fight becomes venomous at some point.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
it's
you're
meant
fighting
to
'cause someone,
inflict
like-
anger or pain.
because someone like snapped their fingers or something like that, like not at you, not like that. I meant like cracked their fingers. Like
Oh my god.
if someone snapped their fingers at me, like there'd be a fight there. But
Oh my god. That
So
happens
does
to me
it
at
lead
work
to
all the time.
makeup sex?
Well, does it, Courtney?
her fights are in the morning, so
Sometimes, I guess. Sometimes.
Afternoon
Not all
delight.
the time.
Our arguments aren't that big to have sex afterward.
No.
I make up by saying I'll cook dinner.
I've had a couple where it ended up in a romp.
A romp.
A romp. I don't like
Damn,
saying it.
married.
You don't want to say it.
I just had a romp with my husband. Hey.
Oh,
see, like
my
I've
gosh.
had makeup sex before, but again, it was also with like bad relationships. So like, yeah, makeup sex was great, but afterwards, it's still like I still can't stand this person. Like, it's not like, oh, feel way better, we're still in love. I'm like, no, like I still don't want this person in my house.
I don't want him in my house, but I keep him.
Well,
You got 7 years invested. I can't get rid of him now. Shit.
have you ever had a fight that just like lasted? Like, have you and your husband ever had a fight that lasted more than a day, where you just didn't speak to each other?
Yes.
Or anything like that? You really?
Yes.
Yeah? Oh wow.
3 days. I walked in, turned on the television, turned up as loud as I could, and annoyed the shit out of him on purpose.
Wow.
For
You know what
3
he did?
days.
After 3 days, after the third day, he's like this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You right, bitch, you sorry. I expect some roses tomorrow and chocolates and some money.
And some money? Like sitting with the flowers?
Yes. Put it in the card if you have to. I don't give a shit.
It's your birthday.
Quarters for laundry.
No, it's a damn.
20s.
It's another day of life. Celebrate life. We're starting over again.
Oh my god.
I'm crazy at home. You don't want to ever live with me. How that white man puts up with this, I'll never know. Every time my mother comes in town, she's like this. Seriously? Seriously?
I think-
He's still with you?
I think the longest fight I had with Trent was maybe 6 hours, and it
Like,
involved
the hour?
it involved me at some point. Trent just like when we got into this fight, it was funny. I immediately went and started shutting all the windows and closing the door because I don't want the neighbors hearing the fight. Number one, it's so embarrassing because I can hear them screaming at their kids in the other apartments.
The neighbors to hear
I
how
want
crazy the person I'm
everybody
dating
to hear
is.
this shit.
Right. So I go and
I'm putting my shit on the news,
Trent's
baby.
looking at me like I'm like some crazy person because we're arguing and fighting, and here I am running at every single window and slamming and closing curtains, and we're just like yelling and screaming, and windows will start
Double
shaking
taking
and
the
shit.
walls.
This one time he took off. He just took off, and I was angry, so I went to the other room and I started moving all the shit out of the bedroom that was mine into the guest bedroom. And after about 2 hours, Trent hadn't come back, so I'm like, So then I started texting Aaron, and I'm like, please keep an eye out for Trent because he left mad and da-da-da. Well, of course, I was just wanting Aaron to keep an eye out, but and he's all, trying to find Trent, like, are you okay? What's going on? What's happening? I think we scare Aaron when we have fights because they're pretty, they can be
so
pretty
you call
intense.
Aaron
Oprah.
puts out a missing persons report. Have
Let's
you
call
seen
the
this guy on his
counselor.
Facebook?
I
I've
call-
gotten out of a moving car before because of
I've been there.
I've done
Been there,
that.
done that.
No, like she slowed down enough for me to like step out of the car,
God.
but it was like that was Julian actually caused that fight.
Wow.
If we want to get into it. And that was bad. It was not
I
a
mean,
good-
moving car, that sounds awful.
Well,
Yeah.
I waited till it stopped because I had heels on. And I jumped out the car and I was like this, if I walk home, I'm calling my mother, she gonna kick your ass. And I started walking, who's driving slow. I said, don't follow me, I'm gonna call the police. That's a hate crime, you're chasing me, you tranny chasing bastard.
How long did you walk before you got back in the car?
Only a couple of feet.
Does your mother get involved in your arguments?
No.
No? Do
My
you,
mother
do you
doesn't
tell her
give a
about all the
shit.
arguments?
No, I only tell her about the ones where he does stupid shit.
But Courtney, they're all stupid.
Well, no, playing pirates is not stupid.
Oh.
Like one day, when we have been dating 3 years. This is the biggest argument we had. We broke up over it. I said, I have to work.
Mm-hmm.
You're not bringing any money in right now, so I have to work. Go pick my mother up at the airport. She's coming to visit. His father told him that's not his responsibility. And I looked at him and says, you don't get none of this anymore. Get the hell out my house and don't come back. And his mother's the one that told him he was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The second time we had, the biggest one we had, is I was in the hospital and I got discharged early and he wouldn't play golf with his father. And I said, I'm discharged. He says, well, I'm on the 8th hole. I'm like this, I'm going to punch you in your hole if you don't come pick me up. He didn't come, so I took a cab home and I changed all the locks on the house.
Wow.
Oh my
That fast? That fast?
You can call a
Wow.
locksmith. They'll be there.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I
they'll
didn't
be
call
dumb.
a locksmith. I told my friend, go to the goddamn Rite Aid store and give me some goddamn locks. I
You
changed
do it
my
quick.
own shit and then went down to the
It's
office.
just an
and
emergency sit in the closet. You never know.
did- Well, now I do, because I have
Okay.
my bedroom
You
now,
never
too.
know.
When I don't want him to come in, and I'm like, it's click.
Well, I mean, those kind of things are just the fights that happen like that. They always end up with me apologizing. They always
Oh, I
do.
never apologize. Even if I'm wrong, I never apologize. This is chocolate. You always want chocolate.
You-
Tell me you don't eat chocolate.
I love chocolate.
You eat chocolate? You eat chocolate? Everybody wants a piece of chocolate.
Everyone knows Courtney loves chocolate.
So what happens with your arguments? Does someone usually end up apologizing, or how does the apology go? Is it?
She's
I
like
don't
an
know,
equal
it's just like
person.
telling the other person that you understand and that you'll work on whatever the problem is. And
And you never do. See, he ran out. He never
Well,
works
to
on
his
the
credit, Trent has always been very receptive. So when we have arguments, and when I apologize, I mean it. Because I can be pretty hot-headed, and that when I get angry over stupid shit sometimes. Sometimes I'll get jealous. Sometimes I'll just be moody. And I know that my thing is that I can escalate an argument because I just want to win. And then I just realize that this is just going nowhere. It's like the government shutdown. It's like someone's got to give in. And it's usually me. But he's always been very forgiving, my baby.
I hate giving in.
Me too. I don't give in.
I've done it before. Like if I know I've done something like wrong, but like in reality, that's like if I like cheated. Like I've apologized for that, but beyond that, I don't think
I
I've really
would never even
apologized.
think that you're a person like that.
You
Oh
cheated?
my
Who
God.
did you cheat on?
Okay, these are like I've cheated on previous relationships.
All of
but it was
them.
no, not all of
Do
them.
this.
Relationships.
But I've only ever
You have like a percentage?
kissed another girl, like cheating wise. So it's not. I've never like slept with anyone or done anything else other than like make out with another girl when I was dating.
Would oral sex be cheating?
Well, I mean, I consider any of it technically cheating, but that's all. That's as far as I've ever gone is making out with someone.
I feel like if making out's cheating, then yes, oral sex would have to be. Like, you don't go backwards here. Like, first base
Did
is
you
cheating,
confess
but
to
third
sex,
base
or
is
did you
not.
get caught?
I mean, what
No,
is that? Oral
I
sex
never
you
got
haven't
caught.
actually met
I
the
always
person yet.
confessed.
Oh wait, it's only.
I never got caught. I always
You
confessed.
are more devilish than I thought you were. This damn sitting up straight shit is
So
up front.
what prompts you to confess?
This is the
Is it a
new.
feeling of guilt?
No.
You go and say,
I
oh, I
deal
just
with
made
that.
out with this girl.
I could deal with that back then. I can deal with that part. No, it was just wanting to air things out. You know what I mean? Like, one of them was during a fight after me and one of my exes broke up, and she was dating this new guy that she said there was nothing in between. Like when we split up, and they were dating like 2 weeks later, we got in a huge fight. I told her that I cheated on her a bunch of times, and she does not talk to me anymore.
Oh, I wonder why.
Did you cheat on her?
Yeah, but I blew it out of proportion. I cheated on her like twice, and I told her I cheated on her like 6 times in that fight. Because I mean, twice
But does
isn't
she
like,
know what your cheating is? Just kissing?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh, you didn't specify what the
No.
action was?
I was trying to piss her off. So
What you
like,
do is you talk is I had this bitch sucking my dick all night long. And I kept saying, look, I'm cheating on my girl. She'd have broke down then.
probably.
How you break it?
God.
You two need to come to Kiki's lessons of making a man suffer. In your case, a
Making
woman.
a
Yeah.
man suffer.
Look at him.
Yeah, it's too much work.
He's suffering right now.
No, he doesn't look suffering.
He wish he was at home playing a damn pirate game.
Gee. Wow. Well, wow, that's a new side of you, man. You know,
Yeah, I'm gonna do some research on you.
That's why when we talked about that one app about rating, like ex-girlfriends rating guys, I was not for it.
Well, now, you know, that's against the law.
that
now.
was like long. That was months ago.
Posting pictures of your exes in any picture they sent you without permission is against the law now in California.
To do what?
Say we were dating, I sent him a picture of me topless,
Yeah.
and he posted it on one of those websites.
Without
yeah.
her permission.
Without my
yeah.
permission, he can go to jail.
Good.
haven't heard that law. I guess I'll have to check that out on our break, which we're about to take right now. We'll be right back.
Right back.
So,
For those who don't know, he just did a
Aaron tried
big
to do a
old.
high kick back like 2 years ago. So,
And his shorts went up the crack of his
Didn't quite
ass.
work.
It was kind of.
He's getting ice now.
that's what happens
Courtney, stop. You know you.
with age.
Oh my God. Why did that just happen? I was ready. I had like good face, and then it was just gone.
So I
And we're back.
I reran into some old articles that are affecting us here in Hillcrest.
Okay, that's why I was like, why is he posting this like this is new?
Well, yeah. Well, the Rainbow Crosswalks one it's still in the process of being approved.
Yeah.
And if you read the article, I catch you up. But the Hillcrest Business Association apparently on their Facebook wall put out a question about what the community thought if they colored certain crosswalks with the rainbow colors.
Like they have in West Hollywood.
Right. And I think one of those listed crosswalks is in front of Harvey Milk's Diner, and a couple right there by where the flag is now, and one by the center.
I think they specifically said they can't do it where there's a light because the maintenance will be too hard to like keep up with the paint, like repainting it.
Regardless, we have potholes in our fucking streets. Why would you fucking paint a street? Fuck that bullshit.
Well,
Every time I come to fucking Hillcrest, I'm hitting fucking holes and tearing in my damn rims.
Well, the difference would be HBA paying for it versus the city paying for it.
They
Yeah.
won't keep it up. Nobody keeps up on what they do.
I
We have crosswalk lines that
Yeah.
don't exist anymore.
It's true. And the best places for it are at lights.
I know,
And
I know.
if they can't do it at lights, it's going to be like on like First and Robinson where like no one goes, or like down, like.
If you want
It's not
rainbows,
gonna be a
paint them
mess.
your damn self and keep them up by the damn street.
Well,
Renovate it for
but the
yourself.
HBA, when they started to study, it was Ben Nicholson was the president. Didn't they just switch over? Jonathan Hell got one of them. Was it the same one, HBA? Mm-hmm. So I wonder if he is going to still push that particular agenda, because I remember SDGLN, which is the publication that he owns, was very much behind the flag when the flag went up. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, when the flag issue came up, it was about 2 years ago, I was against it. I was against it. But I wasn't against it because of any reasons okay, the reason I was against it was I kind of felt that we are kind of entering an age where we don't need a gay neighborhood anymore.
We don't have a gay neighborhood anymore. We have gay clubs in a neighborhood. Mm-hmm. There's no, in Hillcrest, I think it's 65% of the people who live here are straight people.
Right.
During the day, yeah, when you see people walking around, you can tell that the majority of people walking around in Hillcrest
We don't want
are straight people, because they're going to the thrift stores, going to all the restaurants, whether they live here or they're visiting or like coming down.
Regardless, we don't want segregation as being gay people and be accepted as people like everyone else, equal rights. Stop segregating ourselves.
Right.
The flag didn't bother me. I just thought that money could be used for something else more frequent that we could donate to the damn community itself. Mm-hmm. When we do stuff like that, all we keep on doing is separating ourselves from the world. Oh, we're gay, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. No, we wanna be part of it, so there is no gay, straight, nothing. Stop it. I mean, I got mad when I said the GLBT, Stop. It's a pride festival. Stop giving everybody a name.
So you think this sets a tone that we are not inclusive, that the gay community isn't inclusive by putting these kind of things up? We want to be accepted by all as equal. Right.
So stop segregating yourself from being equal. You don't see people running around, oh, let's have the straight pride. And putting up old fucking, what is that damn Klan
That's
flags
Mardi
and
Gras.
stuff. I'm just saying.
Mardi Gras
That's
straight
not
pride.
straight pride.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying, in that case, the KKK can
Did you
have
say
their
Mardi Gras
pride.
straight pride?
Yeah,
Mardi Gras
is
is not straight. Mardi Gras is
Mardi Gras is
everybody's
everything,
pride.
right? But I'm saying, and then if the KKK asks to have a parade down the street, everybody's gonna have a damn fit about it.
They do have a parade down the street.
Not down Hillcrest.
Not.
Well, as nothing I know
Well, I
about,
gotta
because
say-
they ain't gonna let me know where it's at, because I'll be down there going, yeah, with like the
But what-
Jesus people at the damn.
Right in front of the fire station
I
every
agree with you
year.
on that, and that was actually most of my arguments with many people about why I was not in support of the flag. But I have to say that once the flag went up, no, here, let me retract that real quick. I changed my mind when the Hillcrest Town Council went ahead and approved it, and they could not gather enough signatures. The opposers could not gather enough signatures to challenge it, and in my mind, the issue was settled because obviously the community wanted it. If the community did not want it, they would have come out and forced against it. And so I was like, okay, fine. It didn't mean that much to me to oppose it that much if everyone else wanted it. And when it actually went up, I have to say, during the last Pride, I saw it in all its glory, and I was like, oh, it looks really nice.
But the flag doesn't say only gay people can be here. The flag
Right.
says you're gay, you're welcome here, is what it says. But and me as a straight person, I don't look at that flag and go, oh shit, I gotta turn around, I can't be in here. I go, awesome people are gonna be here.
Well, like talking about Mardi Gras in New Orleans, Bourbon Street, and then it turns instantly gay, and you see every straight person do a U-turn because it's not integrated into the neighborhoods. That's the problem we have, is that we have to segregate. We have to make sure our voices are heard. Our voices have been heard. Let the world come. I mean, look at slavery. It took all this time. Mississippi just got rid of the slavery law this year. You didn't know that, did you?
I think
there
the
was-
reparations or something, yeah.
Slavery is still accepted in Mississippi for all this damn time, and no one knew it.
On the books, yeah.
So when you look at this stuff, I don't keep going back on, my boyfriend says, let it go, let it go. I have to keep showing him shit to say why a lot of black people don't let it go. But we have to start stepping away from we are us, you are you. We have to start stepping away from that, period. There's no understanding.
I feel like everyone should have pride in themselves, and it shouldn't take something like a crosswalk or a flag for you to feel pride in your community
Right.
and in yourself. I'm not totally against it. I do agree that there's better places the money could be spent. But like, what is it going to lead to? Like, every crosswalk entering Hillcrest is then going to be rainbow. So then, like, if you're driving in, you're like, oh, like, I'm crossing the threshold into the gay community. Because then it will keep other people who maybe just moved to San Diego, who aren't used to things, like, they won't even give it a chance. And if you don't let people give it a chance, they're not going to know how much fun it is and how awesome all the people are and everything like that. And I mean, it takes people who haven't come here before, even people who live in San Diego, who've never been to the gay neighborhood or to gay bars. It's still like straight people. It's still a hard, like, little struggle to get them to come out. But they come out here, like, it happens on Mondays. That people come in for their first time, they have a blast, and then they become regulars here.
Right.
It's just getting you just need to get past that first step. Here at the Brasserie.
Okay, thank you.
But I mean, that's the only thing I could see. You know what I mean? Like, but again, I'm not really like that opposed to it as long as it's done well and kept up. Because I don't want to see like a rainbow crosswalk where half the colors are black, or like they have like
people walk on colors. They turn black. That's every 6 months maintenance.
Yeah.
That money could go to something else.
Well,
we have all these homeless vets. Come on.
But I get what your sentiment is with that, but like Dustin mentioned before, this isn't paid for by city funds. This is paid for by community funds, by the businesses. And
you want people to come here.
Well, here's the thing. I was automatically against it initially, like I was with the flag, but I decided that I was going to look at it differently, in a different view. Would it be different to me if I were to go down to North Park and see all that nice art that they have painted on the walls and they have out decorating everything?
That's
else?
donated.
No, that's
Those artists are donating time.
This is being donated by the businesses of
The
Hillcrest.
business of Hillcrest, if they donated stuff to veterans and the community and taking care of I mean, they can fix the potholes. They can hire people to come fix these potholes and all these traffic things we have going on. The crosswalks that talk for the deaf people and the blind people. Come on. A rainbow sidewalk, come. Let's just paint buildings all rainbow in Hillcrest. Get over this shit.
I like it. I think it'll spruce things up, make things look nice.
Spruce it up by putting some damn plants somewhere.
But they did
They're doing that too.
They did
And
that.
everybody walks across them like they don't give a shit.
I look at that stuff when I'm.
I love when they put that new thing on University. I love that. But everybody's walking through it like they don't give a shit. And it's our people going to the club. Come on. Go to the crosswalk. I don't use it either. I cross right across the bushes.
What do I think?
I mean, what do you think about? I mean, like I said, I see it as kind of art. If I look at it as art, I think it adds something. Even though I don't necessarily want us to be a gay neighborhood like the way Dustin says.
Well, it's not going to be like every single crosswalk,
Right.
but you know, a few here and there would be bad.
Side of buildings, we have flags hanging up. Hang the flags. I love the flag.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I drive home from here to PB, and someone has a gay flag hanging up, and in PB. That's very shocking to see in PB.
Right.
But there's no damn.
Which is at Dan Diego's because we put the pride card sticker on our door, and we're like the only rainbow. We have only one of the few rainbow stickers or something you see on a business in that area, other than the Metropolitan Community Church, which is like 2 blocks away. But I mean, here's another thing though. This thing doesn't necessarily make anyone safer either, because just
it draws people.
Just last night, me and Trent were walking home from Lowe's. We had a nice dinner, and as we were passing the Uptown District by Ralph's, you know, there was a group of guys that were sitting there that obviously were not part of our community. And my ears automatically went into turning them off because we were holding hands. Me and Trent hold hands when we walk everywhere. And I heard voices come out, and like I said, my brain turns it off because I already know what they're probably going to say and all that. And it took everything to keep Trent in line for at least a block because he heard it and he wanted to react because Trent is the kind of person that will react. And it was constantly me reminding him, like, hey, you know, they're not worth it. They're not worth the thing. But even in what's supposed to be our own neighborhood, this stuff happens all the time where there's people that will call out derogatory terms. I don't know how many times Trent and I have been yelled at when we're holding hands, just walking down University, by someone in a truck. You know, just randomly spitting out faggot or cocksuckers or something like that.
And all you do is yell back, yes. and keep on walking.
Well, I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying every time
I
I hear the word, like I went to the mall one time, Mission Valley Mall, when I was just transitioning into, and this black lady, which hurt me more than anything on this earth, even all the arguments and him not picking my mother at the airport or when I was in a hospital and he wouldn't pick me up. This black lady told both her kids, "That's a man." And I looked at her and said, "That's a good lesson to teach your kids, hate against your own race." And I just walked away. She chased me after that. And I was like this, "No, boo, you got your words out. I got mine out, we're done. Your kids will now learn, like the KKK teach their people. You have just messed up." She chased me to my car. And I would not give her a chance to apologize because the fact of it is that you can't change the world. So painting a stripe is not going to change. They're going to come here just because they want to do that. We have to be the better person and stop fighting them. Agree with them. What else can I say when you agree with them? Yep, I suck dick. Your mama does too.
And I'm with you on that because I can turn it off. I don't hate it anymore. It bugs me in the sense that, at least with Trent, because I love holding his hand when we're walking. I love being that kind of intimate with him in that sense. But I also, even in our own little neighborhood, there's been a couple times where even kids, and they're kids, so kids are stupid. I don't expect a kid to be mature enough to handle something that they don't understand or may not be
Or we're taught.
But even then, Trent will sometimes get a little bit out of shape. I'm like, babe, leave them alone. They're like 14 or 15 years old. Just the best thing we can do is keep walking, because for me, if I've said something to somebody that I'm trying to hurt their feelings in the past, not now, but the biggest reaction I ever got from someone was when they didn't respond. You know, because what I was trying to do didn't work. And I don't see how, it's just, but it's still mind-boggling that in Hillcrest, there is these spots. It's not, it doesn't feel
People
safe.
come to do that because they get off on it. You either agree with them or keep on walking.
These people obviously work in the area.
And they're out here getting gay money.
Exactly.
But they don't want to accept it. So painting a rainbow ain't gonna change shit.
I mean, have y'all ever walked around the neighborhood holding hands with your loved ones and someone's like, hetero?
Oh, I went into a bookstore with my boyfriend,
Okay.
and because, Courtney, there's people who would look at a black person, would look at a couple like us, and see it completely different. And because he's from England, he doesn't see that racism. So I have to tell him, do you hear what they're saying? No. Well, you should. You have to keep an ear open for everything, regardless of what's going on. Some woman might be yelling down the street that she needs help. He just can't change that. He doesn't see it. So I try to show him the movie The Help. He didn't get in. I try to give him The
Miss
Color
Miller's
Purple.
Pie.
He don't know nothing. Them English people are weird. And 7 years I'm still with him. You can't train a dummies.
Were you going to add something in there, Courtney?
We're not
No, and I was even gonna say that me and Gary have been together for 11 years, and I can't even think of like an instance where I specifically heard someone say something. I've seen people give me dirty looks before, and like, kind of thing, but I've never heard them like blatantly say it out loud.
Well, the only thing with him, he says, I have dog ears. So
Yeah.
I can hear a conversation
hear
way
it.
over there.
You're listening
So
for
no,
it.
I'm not listening for it. I just
Just
hear
hear
because
it?
and I hate it because I can.
It's a defense
when
mechanism.
I'm sitting on the couch, my ears go because it's just a high
It's
pitched ring because I can hear everything
You need to know someone's
going
about to
on.
come up and whoop you in the back of the head, so you need to be
And
ready
I
for
can
that.
hear somebody. I mean, he says my eyesight is that good. We were 6 blocks from a bicycle in the middle of the street.
Mhm.
He hit a bump, and I said, there's a bicycle in the middle of the street. He says, how in the fuck did you see down the street? There's no bicycle there. And then when I said slow down, he slows down. There's a bicycle in the street. And like he thought I put it there. We were at dinner. How in the hell did I put the bicycle there? And it sat there the whole damn time. I said, stop the car. I got out, took the bicycle, put it along a tree, got back in the car, and we went. He's like this, how in the hell did you see that? I said, I have to pay attention 24/7. Number 1, black, transsexual, gay, everything in the list. I always have this. And it was because of my military training that did that.
Exactly. It does. I mean, I listen for its defense, but
And maybe I
I was yelled at once
purposely
with one of my
blocked mine out.
girlfriends.
what do you mean?
I was actually in Hillcrest, and it was in high school. I was dating a girl, and I was walking, holding her hand. And we walked by a bar, but that has a patio. I don't remember. I mean, it could have been. It was either
Don't say the
here
name.
or Moe's, something like that. And like we just walked by, and one of the guys at the patio's like, "You'll be here in a couple years."
That's the ball. And look at you.
I know, right?
Was they wrong?
Where's he
We're
at
at
now?
the breast rail. Managing the gay people. Yes, he is. Come on. He was right.
That's
Well,
funny.
you know, and did you see that as an insult?
No, I thought it was funny.
Right.
Because I mean, my family already owned the gay bar and everything like that, and I already had like I was already comfortable with it and everything, so it wasn't. I laughed. The girl I was with was made more uncomfortable by it, but
Well, because the reason I ask you is
She's probably a lesbian now anyway.
The reason I ask you is because recently there was an incident in Australia, in Perth, where a man was traveling on a airline, Jetstar, and his luggage apparently was messed with. And when he got to Perth, his luggage came out first, and on the bag they had placed on there. He claims allegedly that they put on there, the baggage people, "I'm gay," and it was the very first piece of luggage that came up to the top.
He was straight.
He's straight. And
With
they
the
put on-
stickers, right? It was spelled out with
yeah.
the
It
stickers.
was tagged. And
Yeah.
so that's how I know it's true, is because no one can get those
Stickers.
stickers. And they wrote, "I am gay" on
Like the
his
TSA
suitcase.
stickers or something
And then
like
the
that?
airline apologized.
Right.
So you know it was true.
Well, maybe, but
How would he get a sticker?
no. Well, I don't know about the stickers and all that. Here's the part that's weird is that he says that people were leering and they were giving him strange looks because he walked all the way from the baggage terminal all the way to wherever he was getting his ride. So this entire way, apparently, he couldn't turn the bag inside because it was on one side of the bag. So he couldn't turn it inside.
Well, because
to
it's
cover
on
it.
the outside and you roll it one way. You can't roll it upside down.
And he has a blog where he puts down that he now understands the plight of gay people and why they commit suicide, some stuff like that. Because he could feel the judgment of people as he walked from here to there. Now he wants the airline to pay for it and apologize, which they did. They did
They
apologize.
apologized.
He has a blog which is dedicated solely to this issue. And on the one hand, I kind of I get that. I appreciate his sentiment. He wants to go against gay bullying and things like that. But on the other hand, I kind of feel like there's a bit of patronizing there, victimizing, I guess, because so what if someone put "I'm gay" on the bag?
You got it because everybody else has been getting it forever. So I should be able to sue also.
I mean, what is it? Would it be equally offensive if a bag came up that said "I'm hetero" or "I'm a breeder" or something like that?
I wish my bag said I'm a breeder. Because I breeded already. I left my seat.
Once a day,
around
8
there.
a.m.
I got 2 of them running around the streets.
I mean, obviously it wouldn't be as offensive to people if it said "I'm hetero" or "I'm a breeder." Probably be confusing to some people if it said "I'm a breeder." Like, what does that mean? Like, but the fact is, like, that's a gentleman who maybe not. Well, obviously he's got the blog now, so he's not a part of this community in any sense. Doesn't really understand it. Maybe just kept himself apart from it, and then was like
he was judged,
and was forced into it, and then judged because something that wasn't even his decision or anything like that.
Where was he from?
It was Australia. It was.
And they were actually, because they carry themselves very differently than Americans. Because I've been there twice. But as if you had a son, how would you feel?
If that happened to him?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I would have raised him to not care. To not be affected
I mean,
by
as
it.
much as we say not to care,
Yeah,
it does affect you somehow.
Yeah.
Either way,
Well, I mean, it depends. It depends on how you feel about the community. My kid is going to be thrust into the community as soon as
my
they're
kid
born.
does
Like,
too.
first pride is going to be like strapped to my chest and like a rainbow tie-dye onesie. Like, I have it planned out.
Here goes the forehead with rainbow.
Like, okay, so it's gonna,
I mean, because I feel very weird about it because my son, he's 21 now, and now he has to figure out what to call me and tell his friends who I am. So it's very different when it comes to, if somebody did that to him, I'd be trying to kill somebody. But I wouldn't, but I would have to worry. I have to worry about him all the time. What do your friends think? Please tell your friends who and what I am, because I don't want them to find out on their own, because when they find out, they have something to throw at you. Always. So he was always, when he was in high school, he would always show a picture. This is my dad. and those teachers being female, that's not your daddy. And so I had to teach them, no one's gonna know, because the picture you're showing them doesn't show that I'm a man. I said, but don't be ashamed of who I am, because it will always get you a piece of ass.
I mean, the whole thing is like, even whether or not he was a straight male or a gay male, someone judged him and was discriminating and threw that sticker on his luggage. That's the inappropriate part, and that's
someone took the time to even spell it out like that.
Yeah.
I am gay.
Yeah.
That bothered me.
That's what's wrong with the situation. You know what I mean? Even if it's like whether or not like that guy should have been upset about it for being a straight guy and feeling like he was put into like it's like, oh no, people think I'm gay or whatever. But even if you were a gay male, like if you just walked onto the plane, that's all you did, and someone threw that onto your luggage for no reason, like that's offensive. I dealt with something like that when I worked at the movie theater. Someone I worked with, we ordered pizza, and it showed up, and on the inside of the box there was a joke from South Park, and it said, it's from one of the characters was on Wheel of Fortune. It said people who annoy you, and it was N blank GGERS. And the joke is the character says the N-word, but the actual answer is naggers. But the gentleman who worked with us who got it was a black male and opened his pizza box to that, and he had never seen South Park before. Needless to say, the person who worked at that Domino's lost his job that day. But like that's just something like he didn't even know he was a mental black man. He just wrote that down before.
He wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was written down inside the box, like below the pizza. Like the pizza got eaten and then you saw it. And it was called in.
He should have put an A at the bottom of it.
Yeah. I mean, like.
I'm just saying.
Like I saw it, and a couple other people who worked there knew the joke, but it's still not something that like the joke is made for a reason for you to assume the wrong thing.
Right.
And
they did.
And it just.
Consequences.
Yeah.
He fucked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
He probably knew what's going on anyway.
So, do you guys have any events coming up?
My birthday is the 22nd.
Yay! How old?
22?
46.
46.
I'm the oldest person on the panel. And I don't look it.
I don't believe
Change
you.
it till we got to around be a little younger.
Dustin?
I don't believe you.
We still have no cover all month long for October for Manic Mondays.
Oh yeah, man.
And then we have our boys' night.
Manic Mondays at the Brass Rail.
Yes.
The guy from Bad Grandpa
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville.
will be at Lips Restaurant on Wednesday.
What? Like as in 2 days from now?
Yeah, that'd be Wednesday.
Okay, so tomorrow when you
Courtney, I
watch this
cannot
tonight-
believe you that you just said. I said no. I said Wednesday, Courtney. Yes.
There's the
I
real
just
story.
found out on Friday because I was trying to get someone to replace me because I don't want this man videotaping and doing some stupid shit to me. I'm really nervous, but I'm be on my A game. My back against the wall the whole damn night as I'm rolling balls going,
No, you
what's up?
you could take him.
I know I can take him, but I don't want to be on film taking him. That's the problem.
Is that what's happening? He's being there to be filmed something?
He's promoting that movie,
Yeah.
and we're playing bitchy bingo where I'm a bitch, where I know his mouth is. He can throw me off my game, so I gotta bring my people. Come see me, people, please, because I gotta be on my A game.
Oh, that's funny.
I'll be drunk as hell. Trust me, I'll be calling Howard.
Who
He
is
won't
it
come
again?
pick me up
Johnny
because he'll be
Knoxville
playing
from
golf with his
Jackass.
damn daddy.
Jackass, okay, so
Yeah.
at Lips this Wednesday.
That'll be
This
fun.
And
Wednesday.
Manic Monday for a month, no cover.
Yeah, and then getting ready for Halloween.
Oh yeah, Halloween, 2 weeks away.
I was gonna bring my witch hat for you.
Courtney?
Nothing.
No?
My kids are on fall break, so I had last week off and this week off.
Ooh, enjoy it.
Yeah, but
Is your
I
school-
still
is your
at school.
year round?
Yeah, it must be
And
because
at Dan Diego's, we have a wine and beer tasting event coming up that's going to be supporting a homeless shelter. I'll have more details for next week.
Wine tasting, we
But
must go.
It'll be, I'm sorry, not wine, beer. It'll be
Oh
on
no,
November
we
5th.
will not be going.
We're gonna have it's $65 a ticket. It's all for charity, and what's gonna happen is we're gonna pair our artisan cheeses with our selection of beers. So if you're interested, just leave me a message, and I'll get back to you on November 5th. And,
What?
cheese, beer, Lots of fun.
No wine.
No
Well,
one.
we will be open. The bar will be open, so if you want wine,
So I
wine
get
will
free
be
beer,
available.
but I can't get no free wine.
Well, your case. is
Well,
fine.
my ass, but no, $65. I need some wine, bitch. I need like 4 bottles of wine.
Well, let's get to our 4 bottles right now. 'Cause I'm almost out of this. But thank you for joining us this week. We really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun, and we will see you next week. Thanks for watching Day 7.